Can Lightning McQueen eat a human being whole? Hi, my name's Gord, and today I'm here with you to answer that exact question. Now, you might ask, why are you here to answer that question? And the answer to that is that I lost to my chat at a game of Super Auto Pets, and they made me do this. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Now, I'm gonna have to assume you've at least seen the first Cars film before watching this, because otherwise there's just too much exposition I'd have to get into, and it's been out since like 2006, so actually it's like rather cringe of you to like just not have seen it. Hashtag life in the Disney FastPass lane. That all being said, I'll be pulling from Cars 3 a lot, and I'll give context, but hopefully you've seen that too. Not just for this essay, but because it's arguably the best out of the trilogy, which makes it like, maybe like a 7 out of 10? I don't know. Look, it was actually fun to watch, okay? So maybe stop being such a bitch and look at it. But if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I don't think a lot of this will be sane and make sense, even if you've seen Cars 3, so just don't worry about it. We're like so far underground that like any bar is too high. So just have fun, okay? Now, the titular cars in Cars have long been the subject of conjecture by various people online due to their somewhat uncanny mix of human and mechanical features, the relative obscurity of their history, world, and biological properties. We're of course going to be taking a fairly deep dive into the third of those categories, specifically around how they consume things and the limits of that consumption. You know, to find out if Lightning McQueen could swallow you. Not like I think about it a lot or anything, and just think that like maybe it'd be kinda, you know, hot. We need to ask 3 main questions if we really want a good answer to this though. First off, is it at all possible that a car can eat a person whole? Second off, is it advisable that a car can eat a person whole? You know, for the car. Obviously not for like you or me, like again, like I don't want to be eaten by a car or anything. And if no to it being possible or advisable, can we cheat the system and do it anyways? Because I really want to know if Lightning McQueen can eat me. So let's start with exploring if this is possible by looking at car biology. To begin, we need to employ the Socratic method, shout out WTYP, and ask 2 questions. First question, what is a car? For the sake of this essay and my argument, we're going to say that a car is a self-driving, self-steering, 4-wheeled mechanism that can transport at least a single occupant inside of itself by way of its wheels. Now, you and I might need to ask if someone has to physically drive a car for it to be a car, but most people agree that self-driving cars are still cars, so we'll roll with that too. Now, we run into the problem that the cars in Cars don't transport any occupants because people don't exist in the Cars world, and that's also like where their eyes and brain are, maybe, question mark? However, that effectively is what the cars in Cars are designed to do. We've seen many times in Cars there are vehicles designed to transport humans, even in a world where there are no humans to transport, so I think they fit the definition. Okay, second thing we need to ask, what is eating? I know, we're getting really in the weeds here. For the sake of this essay, we're gonna say eating is when an organism consumes a substance in order to nourish itself. I don't really know if this is an entirely scientifically accurate definition, but it feels alright. We do know for a fact that cars do eat. They specifically need to consume various motor oils to survive. There's a few other things they might be able to eat, but we're gonna get into that later. Now that we mostly agree on what eating in cars are, and that the cars in Cars are in fact cars that eat, let's dig a bit more deeply into car biology so we can get a sense of how these definitions do apply to them. Cars in Cars 1 primarily eat motor oil and gasoline, it seems. The method by which they do this appears to be through cans with straws. We also know that cars can drink some kind of organically derived fuel from both Cars 1 and Cars 2. Cars 3 canonically confirms the existence of moonshine, by the way, so I guess cars can drink alcohol. Beyond the obvious, there's some big revelations hidden in some of the details that might easily be missed. First, cars have tongues and teeth. These are things organisms use to consume food. More specifically, we can tell by their broad teeth that cars are adapted for chewing vegetation. This is something we can confirm by the existence of the tractors, who do exactly this and also appeared to have basically the same kind of teeth as the other cars. So maybe cars mostly eat fossil fuels while also being herbivorous, is what I began to think while doing research, but Cars 2 threw me for an entirely different loop. Cars have sushi. That's right, there's a fully loaded sushi bar in Cars 2, and not only do we see Mater eat wasabi, confirming that non-tractor cars eat plants, but we know for a fact that there are actual living animals in the Cars universe, namely fish. Cars 3 also features grill merchandise, modeled after Lightning McQueen's body. so they might cook other things. So we know diet-wise, Lightning McQueen is omnivorous, and I think that makes it likely enough that he could eat you. Could he eat you, like, whole, though? You know, for, like, scientific purposes? Like, could he, like, theoretically, like, swallow you? Like, I don't know, that'd be kind of fucking crazy. Well, the smaller cars just plain couldn't fit an adult in their mouth. I mean, like a baby, sure. Like an actual adult, like you or me, no. Now, the bigger cars, like the 18-wheelers and the RVs, maybe could eat you whole. But basically, if you were to fit into the mouth of a car, there just wouldn't be anywhere for you to go in one piece. Now, one might say, well, gosh, Gord, if you sit down inside of a bus from Cars, isn't that like getting eaten? And I'm gonna give you a firm no on that one. That's sort of like climbing into a marsupial's pouch. Like, it's not really digesting you, you're just kind of hanging out. Like, Lightning McQueen literally lives inside of Mac's trailer, and Lightning McQueen does not get digested. Like, he definitely does not, like, get absorbed into Mac. Let's just get on to the next bit. Is it advisable? Are you really asking me if it's a good idea for, like, Lightning McQueen to eat you? No, of course not! Nobody wants to be eaten by Lightning McQueen, like... You're asking me if Lightning McQueen should consider eating you. Like, a person from the real world, like, would it be good for his health? Lightning McQueen can eat sushi, so something's gonna happen with your people meat once it's inside him. Don't know what, but it's fine, I guess. Also, I'm gonna let the fact that Lightning McQueen's biology deals with motor oil, tell me that he's not likely to be, like, poisoned by your various bodily fluids and, lingering excrements, if that was gonna be a problem. Now, you might say, and fairly, like, Lightning McQueen's gonna have a hard time, like, digesting your bones, but guess what? You and I have a hard time digesting bones, so I don't feel like that's a fair comparison. Feel free to disagree and post your thoughts in the comments so I can get engagement if you think it's unfair that Lightning McQueen can't eat your bones. Overall, I'm gonna give the question, is it advisable that Lightning McQueen eats you? A yes. I think he should. I think he has a lot to gain from it, nutrition-wise, and I certainly have a lot to gain from it in a, you know, kind of hot and special way. Now, question 3, can we cheat? So we know that Lightning McQueen couldn't swallow you whole, but, like, is there a way to cheat this? This is gonna be a lot like the part in Mythbusters where they just give up and blow something up, and I think you're gonna be proud of what workarounds we come up with. So, solution 1 is we just use a blender. Like, are you really you after you get blended, though? No. But they could down you in one go. Lightning McQueen could swallow you whole that way. Now, solution number 2, if you wanted to be aware of getting eaten, which is like, you know, not me, I think we can do like a Futurama head jar kind of deal, but I don't know if they could even swallow that. And that's not to mention we don't have head jar technology, but it does make it more possible. Now, we could go one step further and really blow the fuck out of this concrete truck, and we can literally turn you into petroleum. I think if you must, you could anaerobically seal yourself off and artificially accelerate your body's decomposition into petroleum by way of complex machinery that provides subsurface-like conditions, and you can become the oil that Lightning McQueen then drinks. We can also fudge this with biodiesel, since that is a thing that is made in cars. I just don't know how to do that with a human being, like in a chemical way. But we can definitely turn you into oil and have Lightning McQueen go slurp, 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 yummy my tummy. That is possible. So anyways, what did we learn today? Lightning McQueen can eat you and suffer no ill side effects from it. He can't eat you whole, and we don't exactly know, like, which cars in the Cars universe can, but we know that they all, Lightning McQueen included, can nourish themselves from your own body. You have a lovely day. I love you so much. Goodbye.